Oh, I know. Well, they're going skiing with some friends, and the other mom had a complication with another kid, so I'm picking them up.
Oh.
So I will do my best. Did you guys get my email earlier about the Laotian family?
I did, yeah, and I read through it.
Okay. And she did indicate that those things still happen. And I thought it was really interesting the cell, the holding that the home country will put them in.
I didn't realize it was so bad.
Yeah. Let me just step outside for a minute. It's so sad. And she mentioned the damage that it's done to her uncle, mentally, emotionally, psychologically.
Oh, I bet.
After all the years. He had to drink his own pee.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Were you able to read that, Amber?
I read, is that the one where you you hosted this family when you were younger?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't get all the way through it.
Okay. It was long, and I just kind of forwarded the whole conversation, but she was in Thailand and Laos visiting. She does a lot of charity work for them. She was there in October. And she said that those things are still happening. Just so much corruption in the government.
Yeah.
So
is that the direction that we want to go with then, is more of violence against women in refugee camps?
I see, and that's kind of what I was wondering. What direction are we going? And it's hard not to get ahead of ourselves, I think, and try to think of what kind of
solution you could come up with. That's kind of where I'm at, because I'm feeling, okay, is this kind of an impossible problem? Is there really anything that we could come up with that could legitimately be put into practice? So that was kind of my thoughts as well, but you know, it also says on there we shouldn't do that.
We're not supposed to get ahead of ourselves. Well, could we maybe whether it's creating some kind of a network and having, I mean, it would be creating an organization that has representatives monitoring somehow these refugee camps, and maybe educating the I don't know.
That was kind of what I was thinking of as well. And then, you know, maybe implementing some sort of program there at the camp level that could be done by people in the camp. Kind of like how we watched the guinea worm video, where they had basically just there was times I had to turn away.
That was so sad.
But I mean, they had like the community level members who kind of monitored, took recorded data and things like that. So I kind of thought, I mean, that would definitely be a possibility for a solution as well. So I don't think it's completely something we can't do.
And
it's just not going to be like.
Think, how do you coordinate with the local governments? I mean, would that be allowed?
And I think sometimes it's the governments that are really the problem.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, in that instance, it may be something where we could go through the United Nations, possibly.
Yes, that's a great idea. Yeah.
So it may be, you know, something that could be implemented on that level, and to have that kind of support, because then that would give government support, possibly.
Yes.
So, I mean, I guess it was hard for me, because when the story that they originally gave us about this project was about the people who created the beds that got them up off the ground without the bugs biting. So
I'm thinking like it has to be something mechanical, like something that you can invent that's tangible, but I think a network would be really good, and we could offer like counseling and stuff like that.
I
don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's a great idea. What do you think, Ashley?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I kind of agree with that. Like, I know it might be something that's a little bit more difficult to like put your finger on a solution for it, but I think it might be something good that we could address, you know?
Yeah.
And I think creating a network, you know, I mean, we'd have to get to those, we'd have to figure out a way around those obstacles when we get to them, but if it's that big of a problem, I think we should address it.
Sure, sure.
I think in the past week, we've seen a lot of people, mostly women, but a lot of people standing for women's rights and for just kind of wanting to be in the public eye and bringing things, you know, really getting attention for women's rights and human rights. It's related to Donald Trump being
exactly the marching.
Maybe we could channel all of their energy into something positive. Like,
I mean,
what
if we educated a lot of those people about, hey, these people are trying to escape war, and look at what happens when they try to get out of their war-torn country. Nothing is better for them. In some ways, it's probably worse.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Right, right.
I think there's a big education opportunity.
Absolutely.
I think so, because I mean, the majority of times when you're talking about refugee camps, you're thinking of unsanitary conditions or too many people or things like that. But you're also I think a lot of people also look at it like, okay, yes, they have these issues in the refugee camps, but it's still better than what they were going to face at home, which, as we have now seen with some of these articles and firsthand experiences, for the women especially, it's not much better.
No.
So,
and I think you're right. The government and corruption, are a big part of that. Why it's not any better.
And it's very scary to speak out, because not only would you maybe not get food, I mean, you could obviously get beaten, you wouldn't get food, children might starve, but nobody probably keeps track of who goes missing.
Yeah.
A very good point.
And when I went to Africa last year, I just had this, you know, several times just had the strongest feeling that the corruption here is so deep, and they don't investigate missing people.
Mm-hmm.
They just, unless you're super famous, you just go unnoticed. Oh, where's so-and-so? And the people are afraid, and they just keep quiet.
And the family probably don't have any voice.
No. And there's levels and levels and levels of, first of all, they hire like their friends and their family members. It's so a secret combination. It really is. It's totally secret combinations.
Right. So is there anybody who wants to write our paragraph for our problem?
I can write it. I was happy to write it. I just feel so bad since I didn't make it last week. Like, I want to be able to contribute. So
you're fine. Don't worry about it.
I'll take you up on that though, Ashley. I think that
if you want to.
Questions.
Yeah, I'd love to. How about I'll type it up and then I will send it via email or we could do it on a Google Doc for everybody to look at, and then I can submit.
Oh, yeah, that works. That would be perfect.
Yeah, that's a great
I'll send you guys the link. And then that's due tonight, right?
It's due tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
So I'll get that typed up and then I'll email it. I'll email you guys the link today so we can look at it, and then I hear back from you, then I'll just submit it tomorrow and let you know after it's been submitted.
Okay, perfect.
That's great.
We're aiming
I think we're headed in a good direction. I think it's a really good, I think there's many elements to the problem.
Right, definitely.
Yeah, I think it's...
And it's not something that people think about. Like, I had no idea it was a problem, but apparently it's so prevalent that, I mean, it's probably good that we address it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
All right, so we're going to be violence towards women in refugee camps.
Now, were we going to be specific to, I know we spoke about South Sudan, are we going to be specific to that, or are we going to really just do refugee camps in general?
I was reading the assignment, and I think we have to pick a country.
Okay. Okay. Should we I could have met with the father of that Sudanese family sooner. I have a meeting with him Sunday after church.
Yeah.
Should we?
That'll be fine. If we pick an area, I don't think Brother Meekum is going to say, no, you can't change if we decide we need to.
I agree. You're right. Okay.
So Ashley, my understanding is we're going to focus on exposing and education.
Okay. Put that in my notes.
Exposing corruption.
Okay.
Yeah.
Corruption and education.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think we can do that from our places.
Yeah, I would definitely think that's a viable thing that we would be able to accomplish. I mean, again, it's not like, you know, the creation of the bed. It's not a tangible item. But I don't necessarily, like the program was about the guinea worm. It wasn't necessarily a tangible item that fixed it. It was a process and education and tracking of it. So, I mean, I kind of had to get over that as well. It's not, you know, something tangible, but I think it's still very relevant, and I think it will be good.
I think that we can have a letter, a bulletin, a brochure, something, and we can track, we can research women groups or human rights groups. And what we can track is what we sent them and if we get any response.
Yeah, we could definitely do that. Or, I mean, even if we're talking about education, we could come up with some sort of pamphlet or presentation on it that could be distributed to various groups.
Exactly.
Yeah, just like get awareness up and maybe get other people thinking about it. I think this is great. I think this is really great. Okay, I have the instructions up here, and let's see. Write a paragraph in which you describe the disease, condition, or illness or problem. Okay, so that's totally applicable. Specific. Read that.
Well, I think in the original instructions, it said find a specific area to focus on. So, I mean, I could always email Brother Meekum and see, I don't know if he would have enough time to respond between today and tomorrow, but maybe if he did, and I could say, hey, we're looking into something in refugee camps. Do we need to be specific to a general area, or can our specific area be just refugee camps? So I can email him as soon as we get off. And then if we don't hear back, we can always just put South Sudan. But if we hear back, maybe we don't have to.
We could do that. But I also think at this point, he would probably be fine with Ashley saying, this is our focus, and if we need to pinpoint a place, a geographical location, then our choice will be South Sudan.
Okay, yeah, I mean, maybe if we put that as a kind of a note afterwards and just say we would like to focus on refugee camps. However, if a specific place or region is required, we will put that focus on South Sudan.
Right.
Perfect.
Because Ashley, from everything that I've read, I think in writing up the paragraph, we could definitely say that this problem is widespread.
Yeah,
definitely. Well, it's definitely not limited to certain areas. I think.
So what we might do to educate people about what goes on to especially women and children in Southern Sudan would probably also be at least mostly applicable to people from Thailand and, you know, from North Korea.
Yeah,
definitely.
Wouldn't it be awesome if we could just like get this going and then we could just apply it to like all refugee camps or a lot of them?
Right.
That'd be super cool. Okay. So just a paragraph then. I'll type that up and then I'll send you guys the link to look at it.
Okay.
Awesome.
It'll be good.
All right. Thank you, ladies. Oh, next week. I'm not sure what we have to do next week, but I think maybe once we look at next week and see what we have to do, we can see if Friday is going to give us enough time or if we need to meet on a different day. So maybe we can just send that info through text and then just decide on a day then.
That sounds good.
Right. Do you want to put your phone numbers on an email so that we all have contact?
Are you, so we had a group text going that Sarah did, and we got the numbers from the last meeting, and what is your number?
Okay, it's 208
208
201
201
5365.
5365.
Yes.
All right, I'm trying to see if I can add you.
Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I can't. I'm so upset that I missed that first meeting. That was a terrible first impression. I promise I won't let you down.
I completely understand.
It was a little bit scattered because Sarah wasn't able to. Was Sarah able to get on? Somebody wasn't.
Her video wasn't working.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So Ashley, I'm going to put you also in my phone if that's okay with you.
Yeah, no, that's completely fine. Thank you.
Ashley Stapleton, and your area code?
208
208
201
201
5365.
5365. And your email was Ash Stapleton, right?
Mm-hmm.
88.
Yep.
Ash Stapleton 88 at Gmail.
Perfect.
Okay, I'll be watching for that Google Doc. Did you guys get a message from Sarah just now?
I got it. Yeah, that just says she is not sure why she got kicked off. So.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm glad she did that because I was wondering if she got in a car accident. Hang up and drive. Okay, well, thanks, ladies.
All right, thank you.
All right, see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.